Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? It's Friday. I'm supposed to be lit right now, man. But I don't know what the fuck I did, man. First round of sparring, a minute and a half into the round, I tweaked the fuck out of my knee. How I'm even going to work is God mode shit, bro. I'm a fucking warrior. You dig? So I'm gonna try and work this shit out. But peep game, man. We got to get into this shit, man. And that's goddamn Jesus Ramos versus Erickson Lubin, man. I think this is the best fight on the card. If, like I said it before, man, I'm a lot more excited for this fight than I am the main event. They stacked this card as well. Some hitters on there, man. Like I was tweaked when I saw Vostik. Like they really, like just why can't PBC be like this? Why couldn't it just be like this off rip? Why does it have to get like this when it's in times of peril? I don't like. Y'all wouldn't be in this position if y'all would have just did what it is that y'all was fucking supposed to do. Just, anywho, man. I went and did some film study on the both of them, just for reassurance, man. Y'all know I don't do the build anticipation on who I think is gonna win. I just come right out and be, you know what I'm saying, and tell you who it is I think is gonna win. And I don't know who I got winning. Ramos is a dude. He has really good feet, real methodical. It's not speed. He's not a speedy guy. Even with his feet, he doesn't. He's Golovkin like with his, with how he closes distance and break you down and just consistently applies pressure deep into the fight. So the longer the fight is going, unless you put something on him to really force his, to gain his respect, he's going to plop forward and he's eventually going to wear you down, man. I was watching footage with I went and watched the fight with him and Brian Mendoza, which is a damn good win for him. And I just watched how he stalked his dude. And his feet is good, bro. Like just even his feet was good in that fight, and like I thought his feet was real good in the Joey Spencer fight, where how he was able to cut the angles and shit like that, and in the pocket, you just I'm looking at this dude like, yo, this dude is nice. Homeboy is nice. He's nice, but one thing about Brian Mendoza was because he moved around so much and he depleted his gas tank, he wasn't able to really put something on him to gain his respect because he saw how big of a puncher he was, and it was really, his pressure was really bothering him. It was really bothering him, and he could, he couldn't, he couldn't find it. He couldn't find anything to slow him down. He was a little bit slow. He was apprehensive on the counters because he didn't want to get hit with nothing significant. He was faster than him, but he felt that dude's pressure. He just didn't have the strength to back him up, and I think he had the speed to fluster him in spots, but not the strength, not the snapping the punches to gain his respect, and not the physical strength to push him up off of him. You dig, and force him to take a step back. And even with one thing that he did that I noticed with his feet, I was like, yo, this dude is really intelligent. And they said it as I saw it, and I didn't. Sometimes you see some shit and you don't realize you saw the shit until the commentators speak on it. But I swear to God, I saw it when it happened. But Brian Mendoza kept circling him. He kept circling to I don't know, like he would kind of oh, what the fuck is going on here? I just he would I don't know, man. Just he kept spinning to his lead right hand. He kept spinning him to his lead right hand, and I was kind of flustering him or whatever. And when he would he was able to get that exit off the ropes to his lead to Ramos's lead right hand. He was able to exit off the rope and rock him and spin back the other way to his right side, which is circling to uh, um, Ramos's left hand, his backhand, and that worked for a minute until around about the mid rounds, and you started seeing every time he was spin, like he was he was taking a risk spinning into Ramos's left hand, his backhand, but what he started doing was, and you saw he stopped doing it as much. He'd extend his left foot, he'd extend his back foot to where Mendoza was going to it and cut him off, and he was able to go to work off that. And I think that's when he really saw his doom, man. This dude is like really intelligent feet, bro. Like that was I was like, yo, this dude is the truth. And I'm seeing he doubles up on in combination. He's doubling up on punches. He'll throw a double straight. He'll throw a hook, a lead right hook to the body, lead uppercut. Like just like double hook, double right hook to the body. I'm like, yo, the body work is really good, man. Like he's real good. But like I said, Mendoza just didn't have the proper snap in the shot to gain his respect, and because of that, he was wary on throwing a counter because Ramos is a good counter puncher. He didn't want to get the counters countered, so he was apprehensive on throwing the counters. You dig what I'm saying? Lubin, you're not gonna get that. Both Lubin and Mendoza had speed on Ramos, but Lubin is a dude. I think he's a lot more sturdier than Mendoza, and he's been in with a higher grade of opponents with Terrell Gachet and Iche Smith and Jason Rosario and Riaz and of course Jermell Charlo. Your losses count as well. They both have wins over. Oh no, Mendoza beat Fundora by stoppage, and Fundora stopped Lubin. You dig? You gain, even in losses, you gain experience. You saw he went on that run after he, got stopped by Jermell in one round. All of that shit. He has the more experience and better caliber of competition going into this fight. Lubin does, and you couple that with that. Jason Rosario, like bro, like how he did Jason Rosario was devilish. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck. But the hand speed I think is going to be a factor for Ramos because Lubin has really fast hands. And he's sturdy enough to where he can hold the middle of the ring and push Ramos back without giving up ground. And he's quick on the counters. He's quick on the counters, whether it's a catch and shoot, or whether he's making you miss or making you pay. He's a lot quicker on the counter. He's a lot sharper on the counter, and that's due to him being in the fights that he's been in, with the caliber opponents that he's been in with. So, and I just think he can outspeed him in spots as well. Like, I think it's going to take Ramos a while for him to get his rhythm and really start to capitalize on the counter punching and just placing his shots where they need to be placed to slow Lubin down and gain Lubin's respect. Because I do think he's going to gain Lubin's respect. I definitely think that because that dude can punch. That dude can punch, and he has really good feet, whether it's off of the angles or whether it's cutting the ring off. Like, and I'm talking about angles in the pocket, like how he was doing Joey Spencer. Now, Joey Spencer's a good fighter, but he's not Erickson Lubin. He's not Erickson Lubin. We get that, but the fact that he was I think was that Joey Spencer's first loss. I think that I'm not sure, and if it wasn't his first loss, I know that was his first stoppage loss, and he was putting the paws on Joey Spencer. So that was a good win for Ramos, man. He was cutting those angles in the pocket, getting to the side, just battering him, and it was to a point, he broke Joey Spencer's will. He broke his will. You're not going to break Erickson Lubin's will. Because even when he lost to Sebastian Fundora, he was still in that fight to win it. He was like, I'm not going down. He dropped Sebastian Fundora. Dropped him, legitimately. Pow! Put him down. You dig? Now, granted, Mendoza was able to stop Fundora and Lubin wasn't. I do still think that Lubin is the bigger puncher between the two of them. I definitely think that, and I definitely think he's going to gain Ramos' respect. And Ramos is going to gain Lubin's respect. So now I think it's going to come down to who can control the middle of the ring. And who can do that, I'm not so sure. Both, I like, this is a really intriguing fight. I think this is going to be the best fight on the card. I think this is the most evenly matched fight on the card. This is a very even match. Can Lubin withstand the punching power of, Ramos? I'm not so sure, man. People like to, tend to think that Jermell Charlo ruined him. I won't say that he ruined him. You could say that, though. You definitely could say that, but I'm not. I don't. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I can see either side. But what happened after him in Fedora? Like he elephant man that nigga, bro. Like he really disfigured Erickson Lubin. He really disfigured that dude. And I don't know, bro. But I don't know. I'm just really excited about this fight. Fuck, just I'm not. I'm happy to see Canelo again. I want to know how Charlo can look at 168 pounds. I would love, I want to see how he's gonna look. But I just think it's a mismatch, and so I'm not as excited about the fight as I am with this fight because I think this fight is an even match. This is really an even, just really split down the middle. You can't call it it's a pick 'em fight. I think me personally, I think it's the epitome of a 50-50 fight because I can't see a clear and concise winner. Ramos seems to be a little bit more on the roll. I mean, yeah, but Lubin has been in with the higher class of opponents. Whether win or lose, he's been in with the higher class. I just can't. I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick. I don't see Ramos just Deboing that nigga to the ring, to the rope. I don't see it. And even off the rope, he can get off the rope. He has the feet, and he's posed and composed in the pocket. He's poised and composed in the pocket to where he won't panic as much. He's not going to panic to get out of the pocket and get back to get back on his bicycle and get on the road. Nah, I'm not. I don't see that for Erickson Lubin. I don't see that for him. He's gonna push Ramos off of him. And I'm telling, it's gonna come down who can control the middle of the ring, who can command the center of the ring. Whoever controls the middle of the ring, I think is going to win this fight. Both have really good feet. Both have really good counter punching. Ramos has the better timing. Lubin has the better speed, feet and hands. I can't pick this fight, man. They both have really good punch selection, really good, good combination punchers. I don't think Lubin is as big of a combination puncher as Ramos, but he's I think he can let 3 and 4 go. I don't see him double up on shots neither. I could be wrong, but I don't really recall him doubling up on shots. Straight, right. I don't. And they're both southpaws. That's another thing. They're both southpaws, so he's not gonna have that advantage of cutting angles that he did in his other fights against Joey Spencer and against Brian Mendoza. He's not gonna have that at his disposal. Lubin's a southpaw as well. So who's gonna be the better southpaw between the two of them? I don't know. But niggas is ready to find out, man. I'm excited about this fight week. I'm excited about the fight mainly for the undercard in that fight in particular. Not Brian, but if Mario Barrios, if he if he pulls a rabbit, or if he looks good, I'll be the first one to show love if he looks good. You know what I'm saying? If he if he surprises me, I'm gonna say, yo, man, I wasn't expecting that from from Barrios, bro. Like that was a good performance. I give it up for him, but I just don't believe he belongs at welterweight. So the jury is still out on that. Like I said, Volstick, I want to see what Volstick is looking like, and then of course, this fight that I'm speaking on in this breakdown is the fight that I feel should have been the co-main to segue into Canelo Charlo. That fight should have been the co-main event. That fight. Because Ramos is a dude who's on the come up. Y'all should have put that as the co-main event. Barrios and Ugas are kind of circling the drain. Like this is once again shoddy matchmaking with the PBC as far as like shoddy flag shipping, bro. Like this dude is a goof. Fuck out of here. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try and get through this day. I'm fucked up in the game. I'm gonna try and I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do. I'm fucked up, man. But that's how I'm feeling about it, man. I'll tap in with y'all later. Y'all niggas be easy, brody. Doses.